I was just terrified coming to a country that I didn't know nothing about. I didn't speak the language.
No one understands your accent. Your entire life, you thought you could speak in English.
I thought I spoke English very well until I was interviewed by the immigration officer, and I realized how fast Americans really speak.
I didn't want to answer my phone because I was like, I don't understand what they're saying on the phone.
When I would call home, my dad would tease me. He's like, hey, you don't have an American accent. Where's your American accent? And I say, I think it's because I'm tone deaf.
So that's the number one challenge. As soon as you board the flight, you're in the plane, you're in the seat, and the flight crew comes to you, and you ask a question, and that's where you know that you are in trouble because it's like they have no idea what you're trying to say.
Nobody can pronounce my name. I tried every single thing I could do to make people understand. So first I was like, my name is Anne-Cécile, you can call me Anse. They were like, what?
My name is Sahar. Like, it's Sahar. It's not Sahar. It's not Sarah. It's Sahar.
I even was like, okay, Anse, like Beyonce, but Anse. That was probably one of the best ones to make people understand my name.
Spring semester of my first year, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go by Sahar, and it's fine.
Yeah, accent was a little bit challenging to understand people because English is definitely not my mother language.
I came to the US to become a consultant. And my professor asked me, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I would love to find a job of a consultant. And she could not get that word while I was saying. So I think I must have repeated easily 7 to 8 times, and she still kept questioning, what is it that you want to do? And I'm like...
I was lucky in that I didn't have to change the way I spoke, but I do have an accent. I say house instead of house, and about instead of about, and I say a instead of
A couple of times drunk, I really tried to work on my Texan accent. Like, I worked really hard on my y'all, and it just doesn't work. It doesn't work at all.
Oh my God, your accent is so exotic. It's so cute. And I'm just like, oh, you can't be... What am I supposed to do with that?
I would not call it funny because it's a struggle.
When I started going to school, it was really hard. I used to come home crying every night because I didn't speak English. And kids are mean. Kids were horrible. They used to, steal my things. They used to pick on me.
The crazy thing was I was 8 years old and they put me in a regular class with English-speaking kids where I didn't know a single bit of English, not even hi or anything like that.
No, I took Spanish classes to learn English, actually, which is really interesting. And I realized that that teacher was horrible, so I would teach her Spanish.
I learned it through, I was watching Friends all day, and I was speaking like that because that's what was in my brain, and that's how it came out.
I loved reading books when I was little, so I think with that kind of helped me, learn it a lot faster than, my mom or my sister.
I also watched a lot of Seinfeld. A very adult show, but those types of interactions, I think, really helped me speak English a lot better and learn it. And now English is my 4th language, but my job is I'm a content writer, so I write. So interesting how that happened.
English is a business language in India, so a lot of people, surprisingly, in the US don't know that, and everyone is surprised that Indians can speak English. Well, we can speak English. It's just a matter of accent from where we come from.
Because I was 13, my accent, I think, came naturally in English. My sister and my brother are older than me, and their accents, like my brother's 4 years older, and his accent is a little thicker, and then my sister's 6 years older than me, and she has a super thick Mexican accent still.
All these years, I don't think I really picked up a full, fluent American accent.
I really tried. I mean, not actually really tried.
I just started really observing how they spoke and how it sounded. And then I started to roll my tongue and speak like them. And so, yeah, the way I speak now is an accent that I've developed over the years.
I think probably what I learned to do is probably speak slower, maybe enunciate more. maybe because when you speak across, you know, cultures.
The accent I picked up pretty quickly. I remember it pretty vividly. It was about 3 months in, and I started saying y'all, and I was like, okay, I got the accent. Okay, they got me.
Oh, we don't say the H in French. You know, like Harry Potter, we're gonna say Harry Potter. It's a cliche, but it's true. Like, if you don't think about it, if you don't make an effort about it, I'm just gonna sound super French forever.
It was, I think just because I came at a young age, it was easier for me to pick it up right away, the English. As far as like for my mom, it's still like a big struggle for her to like understand it, and like some of the accents and everything for her, it's kind of hard.
It was really important for my mom and my parents to make sure that we still know our mother language. So my mom didn't speak English with us.
I couldn't remember the word for cinnamon in Portuguese, and I just kept trying, and my mother knew exactly what kind of spice I was talking about, but she wasn't helping me because she wanted me to feel guilty for not remembering it. And that feels, and it does make me feel guilty because I feel like I should, you know, represent my culture a little better, or my language.
I started kind of forgetting my language because I'm constantly like with my friends and everything, we speak English. So I tend to like forget some words, and I kind of want to talk to my mom in, you know, in our native language, but she's like, no, we have to speak English so she could learn.
I talk in English all day. Like by 5 p.m., I'll be so tired. I'll start slipping in Arabic words randomly, and I don't do it consciously.
Sometimes I would be talking to my friends and I would be speaking English, and then de repente estaba hablando en español, and they just look at me like, you're speaking Spanish right now.
When I start talking to my Indian friends, I then just lose the accent and start talking like this, you know, which is how we normally talk. This is very normal and no problem at all, you know, it's just how we talk. And then I start talking to my American friends, and then I lose that accent and I start talking like American.
Oh my God! You know, like I just got my pumpkin spice latte, and I love it. It's just, it's easy to imitate, like, you know, the typical like girl from like stupid TV shows, but I just don't want to do that in real life, so I just keep it with my accent because it feels more like me.
So on my way back home, what I do is I plug in Arabic music, and I very deliberately make that choice so I can, you know, just retreat to home a little bit, if that makes sense.
Sometimes people accept you better as one of their own if you sound like them, but at the same time, it's a little bit strange to me because I want people to know that I'm from Brazil. I don't want to hide that, and sometimes I do wish I had an accent because I think it will make me sound cooler.